Hi guys, and welcome to a video profile of the fourth place from Austria, Vienna, Mödling, Dragon Ball Fest. We here have our renowned Polish Broly BR player. Hello.
Hello, uh, my name is Przemysław. I know it's hard to pronounce. So the one and only deck that was different than the three of others at the top four, Red Broly. I think I won't tell too much about this deck because everyone know what this do. Play the highest energy cost cards by swap, summon the Oblivious Rampage Son Goku, and kill by double strikes.
Yeah, a lot of people know how the deck operates, and we are here actually to give the deck a new renaissance, for that matter, and say, so the pre-side best of one. It was for me. It was a good format. How was it for you? And what were your matchups? And how did you behave with playing him? Because we don't have to explain what Broly Swap does.
Now,
We have to
yeah,
explain how do you behave when playing against certain matchups.
yeah. So first match, I had a Trunks Xeno, the Trunks God. Well, my opponent just surprised me because I just didn't know what this deck do. I prepared just by putting from side the three Koitsukais. Because as I reckoned from the locals at the Warsaw, that they play many cards with a power of 20,000 or less. They have the counters, the new black blockers that came from the extra card for life, the negate. So I thought that would be a good option, and I put two. Red Realm of the Gods Ultra Instinct, the red one-drop extra cards. Just when he would want to put some massive cards on me.
Like the most powerful one drop in the game, like thwarting, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And he put one on me. And he just went to the drop because of the Realm of the Gods. So I used it. It was useful. I can tell it. Koitsukais just landed in the drop, and I didn't have any advantage because of them. I didn't see any use in them because my opponent literally didn't play anything in my turn. He was just playing some 10k battle cards from the grave to draw more cards, and I think he just searched for something and couldn't find. But when it get to my third round, it literally get over.
Yeah, so you finished the game pretty early.
Yes. As I remember, the next one was Red Goku Universe 7.
How did I go
through? Except the matches with Gogeta Xenos, these were the only that this guy was the only that hit my Unison, which is pretty good because my opponent doesn't want for me to activate a -6 effect on them, the Piccolo Junior Giant Force.
Yeah.
But I started the game, as I remember, and I finished my opponent on the 2 energies, so he couldn't do too much to me. He made just one mistake, as I remember. He played a counterplay Goku, Sign of Mastery, I guess. That gives minus 15k, but he put it on my 3-drop Broly that has 19.
So he actually made a misplay.
Yeah, it was a big misplay. He couldn't, he didn't want to take it back. So I just moved on and did what I had to do. On this deck, just for the many counter plays that come in play, I put only Koitsukais to the deck because I knew that only if I have to win, I have to win until the third turn. Later, it would be too late for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to get rid of his hand, which I did. My opponent didn't have any cards in his hand when I finished. The next one.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
to intervene. I mean, one of the things that I understood about your deck and what I'm looking at the list, the only peculiar thing about the list is that you place 4 6-drops, and I've heard from your other teammates that you play the deck in a very aggressive but still still a way that you prioritize the hand destruction and then you just
Yeah.
go all in.
Yes, I don't attack with 3 and 4 drops. I don't attack with them on leader. I use them to clear the board, and I play on. I attack only leaders with cards that have critical, like leader, 5-drop, 6-drop, Oblivious Rampage, Son Goku, and when my opponent is on low amount of life, then I just finished with whatsoever. Many times I just finished with bar because this is the only thing that I had.
Yeah, when you pump it, it's enough when the opponent does not have a hand or anything on board to actually do.
And when I play SCR, my opponent just doesn't have any combo.
Yeah. So, what was the third and fourth round like?
The third was Agents of Destruction. I knew this deck. One of my friends played it a while ago. So I knew the Unison was my only threat because he can just throw away all my board and I couldn't do anything about it. So my only play, like in the others, when I played against something that I didn't know, and when I played against something that I know that I have to end quickly, I know that I can't let him get rid of my field. I have of course, I have the auto skill on my leader that let me play another Broly's up to 4-drop. But this match was pretty tough for me because all my 5-drops landed in the drop.
Wow.
So I have like only 2 to use.
That was really difficult.
And that was enough. That was enough. I started the game. My opponent really quickly made a awaken, and I was just feeling this pressure that, well, he has 2 energies. He can counter me by my play or my attack, but it would be enough. He don't have too much energy to play any other things in this deck. So I just play random cards for him to throw up the counterplay, attack with some little things, try to lure him out to play the counter attack, and then he just didn't have any more options because he was all tapped on his 2 energies. I just finished like with the combo with Fearless Pan and Oblivious Rampage Sangoku. I guess 2 attacks with 45k with double strike and critical was enough. The fourth game. Sorry, I forget to mention the third game. Koitsukais, because of this counter plays and the effects that let you play another cards from the effects. Yeah, but I didn't use it at this game also. So.
Did you by round 3? So did you win all of your die rolls? Did you go second at any time?
I went second in the first match.
Only in the first match, and
as I remember,
okay.
It could be different, but I think that was the case.
If the games didn't end on your turn 3, did the opponent ever use the there was a niche tactic against Red Broly when you didn't know what to do and you wanted to relieve pressure and you didn't have a deck that actually needs the energy. You can actually stop charging for a turn so that he doesn't enter the 6 drop. Did the opponents actually remember that, or did they just play as regularly and they just got stomped over?
Well, I don't know if they know the cards, so they played the third energy, if that's what you asked, as I know my English. But I don't really rely on the 6 drops because I have 6 of them because they are very useful for me. But I don't have too much options to get them out of my deck. But let me take only up to 5 drop, and the only way I can get the 6 drop out of my deck is by looking at the top 5 from Paragus.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they might be aware of that card, but I only used it once, and it was against the Red Goku Universe 7 to make sure that my opponent don't have any cards in his hand, because I was afraid of these counters.
Yeah, there are a lot of them. Round 4 and 5 were.
Sorry, as I recall now. My opponent, I started the first game. The second game with Red Goku, my opponent started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this is the only option that I could use the 6 drop. Fourth game was against the guy that was a vice winner, the second place.
Gogeta.
Gogeta.
Yes,
Yeah,
Gogeta.
Gogeta Xeno. Well, my board was cleaned all the time. I couldn't do anything, and I just know that I lost at the time that I had 1 5 drop in my energy and 3 were in my drop area. I couldn't pull it out. My Unison didn't came to my hand for the whole game. I was trying to do something out of it, but it was so terrible. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, you at least had some kicking space. My match with him went like I milled all of my cards that I needed and drew everything that I didn't. So
No,
it was just sad. Even his face was like, "Oh my God, you're literally milling everything that you need." And I'm like, yeah, yeah. So sometimes it just happens. But even though you lost against him, the fifth round was against what?
Janemba, the Mill Blue Janemba. Well, this is the only time that I saw my SCR from the whole tournament,
Did it help?
and I saw him in the drop area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but my opponent just put 2 energies. I started the game, and he only swinged me with leader and didn't do anything more.
He actually can't do anything more since you finish the game on turn 3. He actually stabilizes on turn 4. So
Yeah, well, I was just playing my game, and I think that he couldn't do anything to hurt me.
yeah, and I'm so glad about it because everybody who brings Janemba to a tournament, especially now in a best of 1, deserves to lose.
Yeah. But the best part was when I heard that the 2 Janembas were playing, I guess, on the round 3, and just one milled other when he had like 5 cards in the deck. So that was a close game.
Yeah, the only thing I literally didn't want to know was when I figured out there were 2 Janemba players on the tournament, I didn't want to see any of them. They're nice people. I probably think they're good citizens. I have no idea. But I did not want to face a Janemba. It's not that good.
It was my first time that I played against this deck, and I didn't know what it can do. I only put sides to the deck only based on the effects that was written on the leader, that he can't include cards with a cost 5 or more. So I just put Omen of the Awakening to my deck.
Yeah, I mean, he behaves like a blue deck, and he's a control deck. So even if you don't know actually what he does, you just presume that he's blue, and he probably untaps, and he will untap because he's blue, and he's Janemba. I mean, I have a history with that deck, and I dislike it for a reason. Other than that, kudos to you. I would like to go to the sideboard actually and
Yep.
ask you. So we see three testing the ops. What do I see? Wait for me to move this. Three Ultra Instinct Realm of the Gods, three King Vegeta's Imposing Presence, an extra Violent Race. So yeah, all of the negates and all the extra cards are at three actually between the main board and the sideboard. The Omen of Awakening is at two, and Koitsukai is at two. So, what did you put in, and what did you put out against your matchups?
Well, against the Trunks, uh, against the Trunks, as I said, I didn't know what to do. So I just looked and take the Koitsukais and the Realm of the Gods. Realm of the Gods just because of the thwartings, and the Koitsukais because I thought that they might be useful when I would attack, and he would like to play this extra card. They
I
take.
mean, not just that. The Pan Zeno is here. The Kai negate is also there. So
Yeah,
it's an okay presumption. But if he didn't play it, he didn't play it.
he played one pawn, so it's just makes the game longer because the pawn that makes me has the same effect as red topo from draft box second, I guess. That's makes the draft box the first. So that makes me to throw away two cards to attack. So I just had three attacks, 6 life. I couldn't make it, so I just make it to the another turn. I was pretty solid. I just had 1 life, but many blockers, many cards to combo two Radits.
Mhm.
Yeah, on the red
You said,
Goku
yeah.
7, I just put it Koitsukais.
Mhm.
On the AODs, I put it also Koitsukais. On the Gogeta, I put the Realm of the Gods. And on the Janemba, I put the Omen of the Awakening.
So
And
what?
what I threw away, I threw away cards that, well, Ba for me is an ultimate searcher because he looks through all the deck.
Okay.
So I just get rid of as much Paragas as I wanted on that game. And the Broly 3 drops or the one drop that I had.
Oh, but you didn't touch the six drops at all.
No, I didn't
Okay.
because they are for me the only way that I can get away with win when the game took many turns,
Yeah,
like to T5, T6,
I get it. And how
and
many
I
times?
don't. Yeah,
How many times did you manage to make the unison combo with the fearless pans and the Gokus and whatnot?
4 times.
Great. So 4 out of 5. That's actually not bad.
Yeah. The only way that I couldn't was in the Gogeta match.
Yeah, because you
Match.
had too much pressure.
Yeah, my deck was all the time cleared. I couldn't do anything.
How do you think the Vampa errata impacted the deck?
I don't think that it hit it in any way for me. Yes, I lost the possible to search in next turns. But not always. Like when I'm playing the Gogeta, for example, I usually don't have any battle cards on my field after the turn that took my opponent. So then I can use it. But there is also a cost. I lost a life. So with this deck, it's killing myself. Hmm?
Well, classic Broly, right?
Yeah, so I just use it on my first round. I search for it and play it if I don't have the Broly Astonishing Potential in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
When I have the Broly, I don't pick even the Planet Vampire because it don't make any more for me, any more advantage.
Yeah, I mean the greatest thing about the deck is that the Broly can search actually the Violent Rays, so against black you can always have one handy.
Well, not only Violent Rise, I can search for Realm of the Gods, for Imposing Presence when I put it.
Yeah, the whole
Uh,
side is literally searchable. I mean, all out of the side.
yeah, that was the reason that I put it there.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
I just usually I played on the like 54, 55 cards, and it was a problem for me to search for another card that I need in my chain. So I just shortened the deck to the 50 and put all the extra cards that I had to the side.
Mm-hmm. And it worked out well. How was your? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I congratulate you on your placement. I mean, the only thing that I wouldn't want to be in your shoes was the top four, where you were literally surrounded by Gogetas.
yeah, that was terrifying. I was terrified by it. I was like, whoa, wait. He has Gogeta, he has Gogeta, he has Gogeta. I'm dead.
Yeah, that's not a good situation to be in.
Well, I wanted to try another place, but I thought that, well, Gogeta is like one of not too many decks that I have a problem. So, like, well, I can lose to him and win the rest.
Yeah, I mean, you
So
always have one
I
matchup
just,
that you know that you have to like struggle.
I, I put all I could to win other matches and did all my best to try to do something for Gogeta. Yeah, and well, it turned out that I finished at the fourth place. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. You were fourth at a fest in the top four. It was a good event. How was the event for you? How was the environment of the people, the playground, everything?
It was very friendly. I loved it. I was the only person from the whole tournament who called a judge. Yeah. And it was very useful. Help a lot for me to lose. Uh, it happens. Uh, all the people were very friendly, and not only from the Austria, but there were Croatians.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah,
There were five of us, literally five.
yeah, and all of those three guys. I don't really remember Slovenia or
Yeah, they were from Slovenia.
Slovenia. Yeah, uh, like their decks were fine. Their personalities were amazing. I could talk to them all the time, but well, I had to play the game, so I couldn't. I played with one of them. There, it was the Agent of Destruction guy.
Yeah, I mean, they were actually they played until I don't know, like what set 6, 7, or set 10 or something like that. I believe set 10, and then they stopped, and then they began like on the
The,
like a couple
as
of
a,
months ago again.
when I talked to them, one of them told me that one had like 2 years break,
Yeah, it
one
was a lot.
had more than yeah. So yeah, they just took what they had and came to the tournament. The guy with the agents told me that the cards to his deck he bought on in the stores that we are playing. So yeah,
Oh, and the guy was what, seventh, like something like that.
seventh as a yeah. So
Congratulations to the Slovenian player.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Uh,
will.
yeah.
Uh, I I felt very sorry for the Janemba guy that he just couldn't pull anything on me.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I know that I had to win, but it was really sad for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I want to like when I play, I just when I win, it's very good for me. I just won it, but I want to like have some fun and not someone that swing your turn.
Yeah. The mill too can get sometimes repetitive, but I have no idea. Everybody likes to win in this game. I mean, we are having fun, but you're not showing up to a tournament to. I mean, at least it's for me to show up at a tournament to just lose all the time. And I have no.
Want one?
I hate the struggle. I hate the bad matchups when you're just flailing around and trying something and you're just not making any progress. You should. I don't know.
Oh, I won't agree with that because those plays, those games are the best because on them you can learn something more about your own deck that you put together. That I can do this. Well, like when I first played the Oblivious Rampage Son Goku, I didn't know that I can KO my own Broly to summon the stronger from the effect of my leader.
Hmm.
It just struck me when I had to think about what I have to do to kill him in this turn. So sometimes those hard games came in handy.
Yeah, I literally learned a lot through this tournament. I learned that you don't have to play the 8 drop to win. I'm literally thinking cutting it off from the deck at all. I mean, it's
Ah,
just
I think the Ultra Mastery is fine when it's on the two of them.
yeah, like a 2, and it's okay. You don't finish every game with them. I finished only one game with them.
Yeah, if you get it, you get it. If you don't cry. It's just win more.
Yeah, you use everything else. I would like to thank you for this interview and thank you for sharing your list and your experience and your brain power that you used with piloting the deck on the tournament. I would like to congratulate you again for the fourth
Yeah,
place and ask you, do you have any shout outs before we leave?
yeah, of course. I have one big shout out for Team Pivita. Yeah, they teach me a lot about this game. Uh, and literally, because of those rulings that this sets came up so quickly, I wanted to just give up the game. But because of this community, I didn't, and I play to this day. And I could go to the Austria for the tournament.
Yes, and I can't wait for another one if it happens.
Well, maybe then it will pair us to play against each other.
Yeah, finally we'll be able to play. Okay. And with that, we are leaving, and I hope you all just are compelled to hit the like button, not the share button. Your mother doesn't need to see this. But guys, goodbye, and wait for the other interviews. Actually, bye.